The next report we're going to build in our Dashboards for Distribution series is another age trial balance right out of receivable or from receivables in Excel. And the reason we're going to do it this way is I want to show you a different way to get access to the data. We're slowly building our way up to the three main distribution modules: sales order processing, inventory control, and purchase order processing. Now, I've already shown you one way to do an age trial balance using the Excel refreshable reports that come out of the box. This also is an Excel refreshable report, but this one is going to be hitting a custom view that we're going to create in SQL. So if you don't like SQL part, then just put your fingers in your ears and sing la 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 until you see Excel come up on the screen. Okay, so I have copied Victoria Yudin's view here. I will include a link to this particular view on this blog posting, and this is where Victoria has created a summary age trial balance, and she is going so far as to making credit memos, returns, and payments show up as negative numbers. So it's definitely worthwhile doing it, and then she's putting it in aging buckets for you. If you're a SQL person and you want to alter the aging buckets so that they're not 1 to 30, 30, 60, 60, 90, over 90, and current, you can make changes to them if you like. I'm just going to copy all of these. And in SQL, I'm in SQL 2012, but if you're a SQL person, you know you can do this with any version. I like to create my views manually, or you could come in and go directly to New Query, which is probably the better way because Victoria does have the grant command all set for you. So I'm going to just come in and paste this in, and I will remove the granting, although typically you would not want to do that. And I'll remove the create view. Although I will retain the same name that she's using, just for simplicity purposes if you're doing this as well. So I'll execute this command, and it works. There's my data. So I will just save it. I'm going to just use SA for my password, so you want to make sure you have security set for you. So again, just save with the name, and you'll be good to go. So let's go ahead and just minimize that. And now for all of you people who don't deal with the SQL, you've got that done for you and you're all set to go. So what we're going to do is go to Data in Excel, and I happen to be using Excel 2013. And under Data, we'll choose From Other Data Source. We'll choose From Data Connection, Microsoft SQL Server. I'll enter in my server name. Whoops. And again, I'm going to use SA. Have to type the password in, right? We're going to choose our database. All of the views will be listed at the top, and the tables will be listed at the bottom. So be careful. Don't just automatically scroll down, or you will just miss the end of your tables. And let's see. And you want to be careful because some views will be in different orders in the system. Here's the view, so I'm going to select it and click Next. And then we'll click Finish. All right, now we end up with this import data question, so it's asking us what we want to do. And in this case, I'm going to go straight to Pivot Table Report. And the nice thing about this is this pivot table will just refresh directly off the GP data, so that saves me an extra refresh. So what we're going to do is grab our customer ID into rows, our customer name into rows, and unlike the one I created earlier, Victoria has a different field for each of the buckets. So we're going to include each one of those under values. You'll want to make sure you get them in the right order as they'll appear, and you could easily just resort them if you end up putting them in the wrong spot. It is a drag and drop. And again, I'm going to go through under values, choose from the drop-down list, select value field settings, select number format, and I'm going to set this to currency. And again, this way the formatting will retain with it. So now let me do the others. Okay, now that we have all of those summarized, you'll still notice we have the situation occurring of each record appearing on two lines because we have the summary and then we have the customer. So I'll just move my focus off of I had it highlighted for two lines, pivot tables on my menu, design on my ribbon, report layout, and tabular field. So now I have one record, but I also have a summary record now, so I want to get rid of that. So again, under pivot tools on my menu, on the design ribbon, I will select subtotals and do not show subtotals. So now I pretty much have my report set up for me. Whoops, I missed adding unapplied amount, so let me add that and set the formatting. That is pretty much my subtotal, and I want to change the name because I don't like that sum of unapplied. So again, I'll choose the drop-down list, field setting, and I'll change this to total. So now that's the total of my columns. Let me go ahead and set that to right justified there. That looks a little bit better. All right, so now what I want to do is just modernize it up to make it for me. So we'll move it. So I'll just click at the pivot anywhere in the pivot table tools on the menu, analyze ribbon, and I'll choose move pivot table, and I'll move it down here. Click OK. And now I want to add my logo, so I'll go to insert and then pictures. Okay, so now I have my logo. And I want to change the color scheme so that it works. It's coordinated with my logo. So under Pivot Table Tools, Design, I can select one of the ones that are out here by default, or I can create a new style. But I think this one will be just fine. So now I have this very quick and easy summary age trial balance that I've built. And the nice thing is, all I have to do to refresh it is click on Data and Refresh All. I'll have another video that talks about how to speed up the process on refreshing later down this series. Hope this helps.